I think what the Canada Games has meant to me is the unique role it has played in sport development in this country. I think the Canada Games has done an excellent job of developing facilities from one end of Canada to the other. As the Games move from province to province and you attend them, you have the opportunity to experience what is part of the Canadian mosaic of culture, but is so much a unique thing on a regional basis. Very much hope that they will all appreciate the uniqueness of this experience they're going to have. In some cases, it may be a one-time only opportunity. In other cases, they may go on to further Canada Games or to other sporting endeavors, but I hope they all enjoy the uniqueness of this particular experience.
And so they started with the Winter Games in '67, and it was a phenomenal experience. There was no village that I remember. We stayed in a hotel. I was playing hockey. A lot of the competitions were open, which meant that you were competing against the very best in the country. After a period of time, as Canada got better and whatever, and they revisited the whole thing, it became more developmental, and it started including younger athletes, identifying younger athletes, and that's been extremely beneficial to a province like Prince Edward Island. What's it meant to me personally? Well, I think it's probably opened a lot of doors personally in terms of teaching and other work-related things. Go and enjoy yourself, compete hard, realize that you belong there, that you are part of Team PEI. That one thing I always say is remember that they pull their competitive shorts on the same way you do, one leg at a time.
The Canada Games is not just about the athletes. Canada Games is about a whole group of people that provide the opportunities for individuals to succeed in whatever role they want to play with the Games. I've been a team manager, mission staff, I've been an official as a judge. A couple of times. In '91 when we hosted the Games in PEI, I was the technical representative for figure skating. Canada Games has given me the opportunity to develop not only as an individual, but it provided me with skills and abilities that carried me through my whole career. I was able to become involved in sport as a volunteer, as an administrator, as an official. And so the skills and abilities that you learn as an athlete, you do carry through your whole life. And for me, that was the benefits that I saw from participation in the Games. For all of you attending the 2017 Canada Games, enjoy every moment. Know that everyone here on PEI will be behind you, and you're part of a great big team.
The Canada Games, I think, again goes back to connections. I met so many people and I made so many friendships with coaches, teammates, other athletes that you get to know while you're there, and those last a lifetime. So for me, it was more about making those connections, and it's a really cool experience. Me and Maggie Grimmer, she's also an Islander. I played with, at UPI with her. And we ended up on a 2-on-1, and Maggie somehow got the puck on my stick, and we ended up scoring a goal in front of all of our friends and family because it was hosted in Halifax. So just scoring that goal is definitely one memory that pops out in my mind for as far as on-ice play. I would just say enjoy it. You're going to be nervous to compete, but at the end of the day, you'll remember the big wins and the big losses, but you're really going to remember the experience and getting to know people and having fun, so just enjoy it.
I can remember one time looking up in the stands at a game in Whitehorse and seeing our premier there. And it was in that moment that I realized that the Games are bigger than the sport and they're bigger than my team. And it's really about the province and the pride that the Canada Winter Games brings to PEI as a whole. I think what Canada Games does is it teaches you really early about goal setting and what that means, and that you have a long-term goal and the steps in between that you need to get there. So I've taken that into my everyday with my work. Looking back on the Games, it's also really helped me with coaching. So I coach everything at team now. Understanding where those players are, because I've been there, and understanding the emotions that goes into the sport that you're so passionate about has really come a long way. Play tough, play strong, be proud of where you're from. PEI is an awesome place, but have fun doing it too.
Well, the first Canada Games, I remember being in awe of all the athletes and really trying to learn from them and understand, how they put things together to do so well. And then in 1985 in St. John, I was really looking forward to being on the podium, had trained very hard, and really put a lot of focus on my sport It's a little extra special because I did win a silver medal. It's one of my prized possessions that I have as an athlete and as a swimmer. I would suggest that the athletes really work hard and compete right to the end in their sport. The end makes a difference. Certainly play fair, and last of all, have fun.
I participated in the 1993 Canada Summer Games in Kamloops, British Columbia in the sport of basketball. It was great to be able to go out there and compete against some of the best from other provinces. One other highlight was probably getting the chance to play against Steve Nash. I think going into that event, he was well known in the basketball circles from his time in university, but who would have known he'd go on to be a two-time NBA MVP. So to be able to say you played against the big boys and guys like Steve Nash is certainly an experience that we'll never forget. So I was fortunate enough to continue my basketball career through university, got my education through PEI in Dalhousie, and my career really springboarded from there. So I truly believe that was kind of the start of not only my professional career, but a lot of the friends I have today came through the sport of basketball. And I can look back at the Canada Summer Games and say that was a big part of why I got to where I am today. So I would encourage people, work hard, but have fun and enjoy the experience, soak up the other sports, spend as much time as you can getting to know, your other teammates from Team PEI and get out and cheer them on because, short of the Olympics, this is probably the biggest championship that you'll ever participate in, and it's just a great opportunity and a great experience that you'll never forget.